Welcome, my solar enthusiasts of the interwebs. I don't know. Hey, before I start this video, though, I got to give a special mention and shout out to Cytology's 400 watt portable solar panel. It did a lot of the heavy lifting as far as what I'm about to show you, and it just does not let me down. It really, truly is an amazing solar panel. And every Cytology solar panel that I've ever owned, ever touched, has been pretty amazing. Anyway, okay, so there's only a few things that are not shown right now. One of which is the 200 watt Cytology. I did not break that out today. And the 60 watt Bluetti solar panel did not break that out either, although I came close to breaking the Bluetti one out. Oh, okay, that's the 100 watt down there. That did the job of taking the Cytology AP200 and running it to 100% charge. Now it's only 99, but it was at 100%. They were all charged to 100% today. The Cytology AP1000 was charged by the 400 watt Cytology solar panel. This Cytology up here, the XP1000, was charged partially by the 400 watt and partially by the wall. And then the All Powers unit, which is just amazing. It was actually plugged in and charged by the Bluetti Elite 10. And then I was charging the Elite 10 by plugging it into the wall. It has pass-through power, so it could do both. So basically charge the All Powers up. Also my phone that I'm using right now. And then the Giotto. I'm still not 100% on how that's pronounced, but the Giotto. This I charged up via the wall. I didn't want to. I actually wanted, because it has two, let me show you real quick. It has two XT60 connectors for solar power. I gotta be honest with you, I really wanted to plug the 400 watt Cytology in one and the 200 watt Cytology in the other, because something this advanced, something this amazing, I assumed that it probably had the ability to take in at least 1,000 watts of solar. However, I do not believe I am correct on that. I wasn't sure, so I decided to play it safe and just let the wall outlet plug it or charge it up. I do need to find out I need some clarity from the company as to how much solar this can take, and that's very important. So, for example, the Elite 10 here can only take a 100 watt solar panel. That's why a lot of times you'll see me connecting the 100 watt Cytology to the Bluetti Elite 10. You can't plug more solar into the Elite 10 than 100 watts. So you be very careful because you'll blow out the inverter. So I know for a fact that the AP1000 and the XP1000 for that matter can handle a 400 watt no problem. They both, I think, could take 500 watts of solar. It's important to know what your gear can handle, and that is why I did not take any chances with this Giotto. I would be shocked if they said it took didn't at least take 500 watts. I'd be shocked, but who knows? You just don't know. I can't imagine why you would have two XT60 plugs to allow for solar and not. Well, anyway, we'll find out, and it'll definitely be in a video. But as far as I'm concerned, so far, this Giotto is literally the most advanced power station that I've ever dealt with. I mean, now that doesn't mean it's going to be a great one. We'll find out. But I'm just blown away every day when I see this thing. It's just like, you can't be serious. This thing has got all of the bells and whistles. So anyway, so what's the game plan? I'll tell you what the game plan is. Okay, this is the assignment time. Class is in session and we are about to make some assignments. Okay, so starting at the grandfather of the bunch, technically, I guess the Bluetti would be the grandfather. That was the first power station I bought ever in my life. But the AP1000, I'm giving it the job today very important job of charging my e-bike up for the very first time. Now, it says it can take up to 5 hours, and, I know that the AP1000 is up for that task. The Sytolity XP1000, I believe its job is going to be, I think I'm going to let it run my CPAP tonight. It's got to run it all night long, and then possibly even a fan. The little guys, okay, the All Powers. Now, when I say little guys, I don't mean that insultingly, because they're both complete badasses. The Sytolity AP200 and the All Powers, I think I'm going to have them running some USB fans in my bedroom tonight, maybe even during the day. Yes, definitely during the day. In fact, as soon as I start making this video. And then I'm going to have them also charging my phone overnight. I don't know which one will be doing what, but they both will do amazing at it. They've done it many times. Okay, the Bluetti, you're going to be strategic backup. So if anything in the end needs to be dealt with, that's the Elite 10. In fact, you know what? I have made an executive decision today that I'm going to take a nap. So the first thing that the Elite 10 is going to do is I'm going to plug it in to my CPAP machine, and it's going to feed my CPAP for a couple of hours, maybe 3, while I nappy nap. then it'll deserve a break. Okay, the Gyoto. You know what's so funny about this Gyoto? I'm just over the moon so far, but I'm still kind of like, you ever see something you think is just too good to be true, and you're waiting for it to expose itself? That's kind of where I'm at with the Gyoto. It is 1,800 watts, pure sine wave power. It's just unbelievable. So, and the charger for the phone, kind of cool, wireless charger. I think I'm going to give it the job of cooking dinner tonight. I don't know what's for dinner. No idea. It'll be something basic, though. But I'm going to give the Gyoto the job of giving me my subsistence, or however that's pronounced, my food, my daily food intake. So we'll see how that does. I'm sure it will do well. Maybe even brew some coffee or some tea or something like that. Anyway, so I'm going to let you guys go, and then I am going to go and hook this bad boy here, the AP1000, up to my electric bike, my e-bike, and we're going to go from there. So anyway, that's all I got. Everybody, peace! Ho, ho.